Hello, hello, hello. Mike. Guess what day it is? Hump day. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, everybody. I've missed y'all. I've been working very hard on some things for everybody. And Law and Crime, I think it is. I have to look it up. They finally gave out put up the whole hearing from Sarah Boone. So this is just going to be a quickie because at 10 o'clock, I want you guys to come over with me to my girl, Alex Erickson, Allie's channel. We are going to do more Leticia Stout calls. And I know everybody, or Letitia, let me say her name correctly, Letitia. People get mad at me when I say Leticia, and I can't help it. I'm Mexican, and Leticia is how you'll say the name. But her name's Letitia. So let me say it correctly. Her correct pronunciation, Letitia. Going to have a little bit of Tisha Lynn, Aunt Brenda. Hi, baby. I'm going to do all that. We're going to hear what Sarah Boone had to say. And we're also going to hear the newest number 8, I guess, for what's her name? I guess for Boone, 8 is a magic number. I don't know, because y'all, she is out here on her 8th lawyer, and her 8th lawyer has just filed a motion to withdraw. And so so we're gonna like read the motion or whatever. It's pretty simple. It's kind of similar to what her 7th lawyer filed, her 6th lawyer filed. Basically, irreconcilable differences. Ain't nobody can get along with her. Well, let me be clear. She cannot get along with other people. The fact of the matter is, the issues between the attorney and Sarah Boone largely are Sarah Boone issues. They're really not I don't feel, attorney's issues. Now, before we do all of that, I worked very hard on this video for Nay, and I want to share it with you guys. I know that I made it public, but I know that I haven't been live in a while, and I know that I'm out of the algorithm. It is a quick 2-minute and 11-second video, but I really am proud of it, and I want you guys to see it. So please bear with me while I force you guys to watch something that you have zero control over. I mean, I suppose you could leave, but I want you guys to say it. Hold on a sec. Because I'm really proud of it. Anyway, so I'm going to force you guys to watch it. I hope you like it. All right, here we go. Let me make this bigger really quick. And then, all right. All right, here we go. Oops, wrong window. All right, so there you guys go. And would a mod please drop Nay's links, because she does amazing work on melting the fruity one now, the one that's a mix. Oh my God, it smells like delicious. It's fresh, clean. It's really crisp. I love it. You guys have got to get over to Nay's and order up her wax melts. It's the Just Like Heaven, bruh, y'all, it smells so good. Okay, now, for the person that said that I'm too late, I am never late. I am right on time. So I will be showing my viewers my thoughts on what Sarah Boone said. And you are more than welcome to stay and hear my take on it, or you don't have to. I'd like for you to stay, but you don't have to. I'm not even mad what you said, but I'm always right on time for myself. I do things on Bendy Lou's timetable, not other people's. All right, so let me get this really quick for you guys. Hold on a minute. Oh, wait, I might have saved it here. Here it is. Okay. Okay. So they're bringing her in, blah, blah, blah. It's no big deal. The audio is terrible. So I'm just going to let it play. I'll turn closed captions on. Hopefully it'll pick up the closed captions. Maybe I'll make like a quickie video just about like just for Sarah's part, what she said. But really, I kind of want you guys to just watch because her behavior to me is funny. There's nothing being said right now, so I'm going to talk over it. But like, I've been trying to figure out this whole time because I've watched this a couple of times now. Because they zoom in on her now, watch. And she's smiling at somebody, but I can't figure out who she's smiling at or even what she's doing. I can't figure it out. But anyway, thank you guys all for bearing with me and watching that video for May. Jesus H. It's terrible.
Dave Ketchner on behalf of the state.
First Cashman, I'm waiting for Ms. Boone.
We set this matter this morning for a status hearing. Ms. Boone, good morning. Counselors, good morning. What is the status for where we find ourselves currently, Ms. Cashman?
I think that Ms. Boone wants to speak to you about that. Mr. Cacciatore and I have had email correspondence and a phone conference this week, and we believe that it can be ready to be set for a trial date late August, early September. I've got a trial certain murder in front of Judge Harris that's going to be a minimum of a week starting August 5th. I am out of state starting September 14th, I believe, for a week. And at this point, those are the calendar issues that I have other cases set, but I'm, as you know, Judge, waiting on pretrial and waiting to see what really goes and what doesn't.
Oh my God, the audio, you
Obviously,
guys.
everything's on trial dockets through July, August, and September, but those are the for sures.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Y'all look at closed captioning. Shures. SHURES. Wow. Okay, so basically, her attorney is like, listen, I'm booked solid. Like my schedule just will not allow. And the part that I'm confused about, and I know everybody already knows what ends up like happening or whatever, we all know, but we didn't get to go over it together, what Sarah said. But what I'm confused about is all of this is going on, right? And we know the outcome, right? The judge is like, no, I cannot do another motion to withdraw, which, to be fair, this is this judge's first motion to withdraw with Sarah Boone. It was the other Judge Wooten is the one that really has primarily only dealt with Sarah Boone from, her indictment all the way through, right? Until Judge Cranick got it. But anyway, I don't understand all this posturing. I don't understand why Miss Cashman didn't just come in here and say, listen, she doesn't like me. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to work with her. She doesn't want to listen to me. She doesn't trust me. She doesn't believe me. She basically wants me to do things her way. See, Sarah's problem, in my opinion, in my estimation, is that she regards this attorney as like staff that she can boss around, that she's going to direct how this attorney is going to prepare her case, except for the fact that Sarah Boone doesn't understand the law and the way that it applies in this case and the best way to present the case, right? But that's the problem. So they're going to go through all of this, blah, 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 right? Oh, well, look at this. Hold on a minute. Well, thank you, Lenny. I appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys for being here. All right, so let's just play this because this has to be a quickie because I got to get over there to be with Allie. All right. Here we go.
Mr. Cacciatore, anything from your side of the ledger, sir?
No. I think this court's aware of the big services we have. That's already said. Other than that, pretty amenable to probable no state.
Okay, all right. Madam Clerk, if you could swear in Ms. Boone, please. Ma'am, good morning. Your lawyer advised that there was something that you wanted to bring to my attention. You've listened to everything in open court. You've been here. You've listened to everything that's been presented so far as to the discussions that Ms. Cashman has had with Mr. Cacciatore and readiness for trial and her dates of availability and unavailability. That's what's been presented to me this morning. You've heard the same thing that I've heard.
Thank you. I actually have an envelope for you that I would like to give to you regarding a letter. It's a lot easier for me to tell you in writing, and it's also put on the clerk reports website, so everyone is aware. I have never experienced anyone like Ms. Cashman, and I have repeatedly, the reason why I'm here is the whole hope thing, where she will change her disposition and her attitude towards me, and it doesn't matter how dumbed down I am to myself to try to coexist with her. I've even come up with a solution to have a pretend judge in the interactions with her, so she would try, hopefully, to treat me appropriately and professionally, but she does not do. One of my meetings, I got up and I walked out on her.
Okay, I'm going to talk quiet because you guys probably turned your mics or turned your earbuds up to hear this lunatic. Okay, so let's unpack what she has said. Okay, she's literally heard everything that's been presented. They just gave a full rundown, but she asks about it in the very beginning, which is why the judge is saying to her, hey, you heard exactly what the fuck I just heard. Okay, please stop getting your chonies in a bunch. Okay, you're already on a 10, and I need you on like a 3. Then we have that she's dumbing herself down to get along with her attorney. Now, oh God, that was terrible. I didn't even think about that. Black Eagle, bruh, that was a horrible pun. I'm so sorry. That was terrible and totally on an accident. But how do you, like, I consider myself like somewhat intelligent, okay? But if I were sitting next to an attorney, okay, I don't think that I would ever use the phrase, I need to dumb myself down for the college educated bar passing attorney sitting next to me, right? I feel like what she's trying to actually convey is not that she's dumbing herself down. She's trying to say that she's watered herself down, as if we saw today, or we saw in this hearing, right? She comes in on a 10. Now she's watered herself down to, let's be honest, 9.5 at best. That's all that I can see old Boone watering herself down to is, a 9.5. Now, I don't understand why she would feel like there needs to be a pretend judge. If there are 2 people in the room and you're going over trial, whenever you are, here's what I'll understand. Okay. If you're having a meeting and there are only 2 of you in the room, how are you going to have a pretend judge? How does that work? I'm so confused by that. Can somebody explain that to me? Who's the person that's going to be the judge? I don't understand. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do something, but it won't let me. Hold on. All right, so let's keep playing and hear how she walked out on her. All right, here we go.
The last time that I spoke to her was on a video a 64 open bay bunk dorm, where I repeatedly kept asking her, please schedule a face-to-face, face-to-face, face-to-face. The last time we spoke was on May 3rd, where I left the room because I could not take how she was treating me any longer every single time. So much so that I have to incorporate a pre-10 judge in order for her to treat me somewhat appropriately. And I feel that she is untruthful with me and full-blown prejudice against me, which I believe adds to her nasty attitude towards me. And I do not trust her. So I have prepared this for you. It's a letter and then a continuation of the letter from the video that you are aware of. And everyone constantly blames me that I am the reason why I am supposedly on attorney number 8, which I am not the reason for any of them.
And here we have the biggest hurdle and obstacle in Sarah Boone, in her case. Exhibit A, Sarah Boone herself. Sarah, you are the reason. She's not, I will say this, to be fair, there are 2 attorneys that withdrew from her case that it is not, that it wasn't her fault. They wanted to withdraw because one of them had represented, I think, a state's witness in some other situation. And I think another one actually represented George at one point. And so it was a conflict. And so they recused themselves and filed a motion to withdraw. Okay. Then there was the private attorney who, there was the first public defender who withdrew from her case in lieu of a private attorney. The private attorney withdrew from the case because Sarah said many things. Among them, she was very annoyed that when they did have visitation and discussions, that he talked about his gold sneakers. That really, really sent Sarah. That was too much. That was a bridge too far, and it just made her very, very mad. The rest of them, they are her fault. The last 3 attorneys are her fault. She didn't want them. She wrote letter after letter after letter, especially not this last attorney, but the attorney before that. I mean, it was a mess. So this is Exhibit A of who the actual problem with Sarah Boone is. Boone herself. All right, here we go. You are the reason. Number 8, supposedly number 8. Sarah, let me just say this. Now, you love a list. You love a numbered list. You love numbers, period. In every letter that you have written to this court, you have laid out the number of days, minutes, hours that you have been awaiting trial in jail. You have counted out the number of minutes, hours, times that you have spent with each and every attorney, all of the things. So you should know better than anybody that 8 is the correct number. Here we go.
I put this in here also so you are aware. I refuse to be mistreated by her as my attorney. I'm shocked that she has a proposed trial date, considering the fact that I have not seen anything. I keep asking her for just a download of my phone and my medical records, or for anything that I've asked pretty much all of the other attorneys as well. All of my questions that I keep asking her are in a letter to you. I didn't know if you would be the one to help me answer them or to spur her to finally answer them to me and hopefully truthfully. I don't know. As I said to you before in the past, you said that you are not able to intervene regarding my letters. I still want you to be aware of what it is that I am going through.
Okay. Sarah, we've been through this 11 billion times. The judge cannot interfere in the relationship or lack of relationship you have with your public defender, with your attorney. What you need to be doing is, if you feel there's an issue like you're trying to allege in this hearing, that that your attorney has not been honest with you, that your attorney has not been working with you to prepare your case, whatever your friggin' allegations are. You don't, yes, you should inform the judge, but the judge can't do anything. Hey, smart girl, the one that had to dumb herself down for the attorney, you need to be writing to the public defender's office, you jackass. That's who you need to contact. They're the ones that can help you, big dummy. All right, here we go.
Still, and it's a matter of ethics and professionalism with how she should be treating me, and I shouldn't have to come up with a three-pin judge in order for her to do so. And also some other things that I've been working on in the meantime that I would like everyone else to be made aware of. That I don't just sit and eat bonbons and watch soap operas all day. I fully apply myself at all times.
Oh, good for you. It's wonderful to know that you don't sit and watch soap operas and bonbons and eat bonbons. You're in the friggin' clink, Sarah. The best that the better analogy would have been you don't sit there watching TV all day and eating hot Cheetos or ramen noodle. Okay. Like, come on. You need to remember where the fuck you're sitting at, ma'am, which is jail, lady. All right, here we go.
Okay. Where's the letter? Okay.
I believe it's 58 pages.
Ms. Cashman?
58 pages.
Judge, I've obviously not seen the letter. Ms. Boone is correct. She has walked out of the last two visits when I've tried to review things with her. Just so the court knows, I've spent probably 20 hours, a little bit more, a little bit less, with Ms. Boone.
Okay, so I'm going to say right now, for the rest of us sitting and listening to this, it would seem like, look, I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to front. I'm not going to play. 2 minutes is like all I could probably stand to be in the same room with Sarah Boone, particularly if you're trying to explain something to her that she does not want to understand. There are times when I think that Sarah is being like deliberately obtuse, okay? Because the case is the case. The accusations from the state, like it isn't like the state is constantly coming out with more and more discovery, like a barrage of new discovery all the time. And, it's not like a terabyte or anything like that. None of that is happening. The state's case is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. And what Sarah Boone is failing to recognize and failing to accept is that video. It's more than one video. It's 2 videos. What she does not understand, she understands, what she's not accepting is the damage of those videos and the effect that those videos are going to have on the jury. I watched those videos. I would have a very difficult time if I were sitting on a jury, believing that she was a victim of anything. And I think the other thing that is likely stalling the preparation of the case between Sarah and her attorneys is I think that Sarah is 11 billion% adamant that she is going to testify. I do think that she believes that if she were to haul her cookies up onto the stand and testify, that people would understand and see why this happened and why she should not be found guilty of second-degree murder. No. There's no way. I mean, I don't know another way to say it to you, Sarah, other than, have you met you? It's never a good idea to get on the stand if you're a witness or if you're a defendant. It's very, very dicey. And I don't think that this attorney, Miss Cashman, I don't think she intended to try and use the battered spouse defense, because that defense, first of all, I don't think that the evidence bears that out. It doesn't. Is it true that they both have been the victim and the perpetrator of domestic violence against each other? Yes, that is true. But listen, Mel, do not let me be very clear for Mel and my fucking Lynette. I would love nothing more than to have Sarah Boone haul her cookies up on that stand and explain to us and the jury why she is not guilty of second-degree murder. Okay? There's nothing that I would enjoy more than to see that. But it's a bad idea. It is not going to go good at all. Not even a little bit. Not even 1%. It's not going to go good at all. But, and I think that Ms. Cashman recognizes that. And I think that although Sarah refuses to acknowledge it, I think with her, her other lawyer was fairly quick. I'm talking about the one before that. So this would be, okay, if she's 8, they're 6th, her 6th lawyer. I think that's a lot of the reason why her 6th attorney was using the battered spouse, attempting to use the battered spouse defense, because I think it was a compromise. She wanted to get up there and testify. And the attorney was like, bruh, no, it's not a good idea. Have you met you? And she's like, I don't care. How did she put it? I excel at everything I've ever done ever in my life. So, okay. So that was like the compromise, because the battered spouse defense does sort of denote that the defendant is going to testify usually. Okay. But no, this is not a good, I mean, I would love it personally, but as far as for Sarah, listen, I think whether she testifies or she doesn't testify, she's going to be found guilty when they watch those videos, period. Because you can hear it plain as day. That's on you. That's my name. I mean, she's drunker than Cooter Brown. It's, it is what it is. They're going to see those videos. They're going to feel exactly like the rest of us felt when we watched them, that she was taunting him, that it was cruel, that it was, I think that they could have gone for first degree because of those videos. But I think what they're taking into consideration is the fact that she was intoxicated. And so perhaps there would be an argument there that she couldn't form the necessary deliberation under the law for first degree, because deliberation for first degree just really it's not a time thing. You don't have to deliberate for hours, days, months. It just means that when you took an action, you knew it was likely to result in the end of somebody's life. And I think that the argument would be from the defense, but look, she's drunker than Cooter Brown. She didn't have all of her faculties. Maybe she couldn't have known that. Okay. But yeah, I don't understand the hide and seek game. Again, my question, and I don't know if they're going to allow, I know Florida does allow questions from the jury. Okay. If I were on that jury, my question would never get answered, but I'm telling you right now what it would be. How do you call this hide and go seek? The seeker does not help the hider to hide. That is wrong way of playing hide and go seek. I don't know what the hell you were playing. I think it was more than likely after they had like the best day ever at summer camp. There was music, there was arts and crafts, there was puzzle time, there was wine, and there was snacks. Sounds like summer camp to me. But at the end of the day, I actually think that, because remember when we listened to the neighbors, when they spoke to the police, how they said that there was that thud. And I think that's why there's the bruising to the back of his head that there is. And I think that's why there's the cuts and stuff, because I think she put that, I think she put him in that suitcase. I think she zipped it up, and I think she pushed him down the stairs. That's what I honestly think. That is what I think happened. So, okay. Now, let's go over, we all know how this is going to end, which I'm really confused about why Ms. Cashman even went through any of all of this with the judge, because she turns right around and promptly files this. All right, so let me share my screen really quickly so I can show you guys what she filed. Here we go. She filed this on 6/11. Okay, the hearing was on 6/7. Now, I want you all to know about my diligence to this 58-page letter. Okay. I get up every morning, and the first thing that I do when I wake up after I've had my 5-hour and my cigarette, while I'm standing there at the Keurig waiting for my coffee, I go to the Orange County Clerk of Courts and I check to see if that friggin' 58-page letter has been uploaded to the court's website every morning. Then I check it again at noon, and then I check it again at 5 after the courts have closed. That is how dedicated I am to getting my paws on this letter, because I want to see it so badly. I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to read it to you guys. You know that it's going to be a dramatic reading. I cannot wait. Okay, so this is what the attorney said. All right, hold on. Okay, so you guys should be able to see this pretty well. Let me make it. Let me see. Is it this way? Yeah, let me make it like this. There we go. Okay. Defense counsel Patricia A. Cashman, Esquire, respectfully moves this honorable court to enter its order allowing said defense counsel to withdraw from further representation in the above styled case. As grounds, therefore, defense counsel would state as follows. The defendant is charged in the above styled cause with second-degree murder. The undersigned counsel was appointed to represent Sarah Boone on February 9th, 2024. Trial is currently set for October 7th, 2024, which will allow new counsel time to prepare for said trial. Okay. June. So July, August, September, October. This, okay, that's 4 months. All right. Florida rule regulating the Florida bar, conflict of interest, current client states. A, representing adverse interests, except as provided in subdivision B, a lawyer must not represent a client if there is a substantial risk that the representation of one or more clients will be materially limited by the lawyer's responsibilities to another client, a former client, or a third party or a third person by a personal interest of the lawyer. Irreconcilable differences, including but not limited to ethical considerations, have arisen such that counsel can no longer provide representation. This one has me a little paused. Let me keep reading though. Wherefore, the defense counsel, Patricia A. Cashman, Esquire, respectfully requests this honorable court to enter its order allowing defense counsel to withdraw from further representation in the above styled cause. And she has signed it. There we go. This part is giving me cause. There is a substantial risk that the representation of one or more clients will be materially limited by the lawyer's responsibilities to another client, a former client, or a third person or by a personal interest of the lawyer. Now, this is what I'm thinking. She did at the very start of this say that her schedule is very, very full. Perhaps she is citing that it is not a question of total preparedness for the case, right? I think she has the basic facts down. She sort of knows what the plan would be. However, she does need to work with Boone on it, and perhaps feels that there is not enough time because of her schedule between now and trial that that this can be overcome, that they can find a middle ground. I wonder, I have to know what's in that letter, because it seemed like to me when they ended that hearing, that it was all fine and dandy, right? Like she was like, okay, we're going to try again. Sarah was like, please be nice to me. Bruh. I mean, I couldn't do it. There's no way. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if I were an attorney, I would take my oath really seriously. And I do believe that people are afforded the right to counsel and a fair trial and all of those things. And I do believe in our justice system. So I suppose, can you guys imagine though, if I were representing Sarah Boone and she was talking shit about me the way that she talks about these lawyers, her other attorneys? That's where I think I might have a difficult time. Like I might want to get up there in front of that judge and be like, listen here, Your Honor, you know how she said I've been nice? I have been nice. I have exercised the most restraint when dealing with this woman that I have ever exercised in my entire life. If I hadn't been nice to her, if I wasn't being nice to her, I'd be sitting next to her in handcuffs facing charges myself. But here I am trying to explain to her why what she's trying to do is not going to work. And I get nothing but grief and aggravation. I might just read her for filth. I don't know. It would be not a good, it would not be good. You know what? Let me look and see if I can find it, Kathy. I think we did read it. Hold on. I'll have to go back and click one of her other charges. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, all of this has been taken away. I can't get to that letter anymore. But anywho, so there we go. That's pretty much it for Boone. But I did want to say something at the end of this, because when I was getting cleaned up for today, I was thinking about things, and I had just sort of listened and skimmed through the documents in the Madeline Soto case, and hearing some, listening to some of the things, and it made me think about Sebastian Rogers. And I want you guys to just take a minute, okay, and just hear me out. All right. I know that there are people that feel very strongly that Katie and or Chris Proudfoot may have had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance. But I want to say this to you guys, and I just want you guys to hear me out. Before you are ready to get out to come for them, I want you to think about something. I want you to think way back to the beginning of when Madeline Soto went missing. and Stephen Stern's Reddit account had been found. And what Stephen Stern's, what he was doing on Reddit, who he was speaking to, and the types of conversations that he was having with teenagers. Essentially, he was on, if you missed it, because it's been a minute. He was on Reddit forums that were targeted towards teenagers and he was giving out advice. So what he was doing was essentially, because of the kind of person that he is, it was ripe for the picking in victims. He knew exactly the weaknesses because these teenagers were coming online, and it's not their fault. It's his, but they were seeking advice. So he would know exactly the way to groom and manipulate them. And I have thought about it, and I wonder if it isn't possible that is exactly what happened with Sebastian, that there is somebody online who he interacted with who lured him out of his house. I just want us to think about that, because I don't think that, I think that is a very real possibility. And that just because we haven't heard anything, it does seem like he has seemingly vanished without leaving any evidence from our perspective as the public, because we're not privy to the day-to-day investigation. But I just want you guys to sit and think about that for a minute. And because I do remember when I think I'd been in Florida maybe a couple of years by then. I was scrolling through the news or something like that, something on my phone. And there was an article about a teenage boy who had been lured from Georgia to Florida through Discord. He was a gamer, enjoyed playing games. This couple approached him and said, "Hey, we're going to develop these games. We need people to play them. We need people to test them out. Do you want to do that?" They gained his trust, and they got him to come from Georgia to Florida. It happens. So, before we anyway, that's all I wanted to say, because that was on my mind today, and I've been thinking about it, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So it is now 9:53. Let me go over to the YouTubes and get you the link to the next live, where we're going to discuss calls with everybody's favorite liar, Letitia Stout. Not really. She's nobody's favorite anything. Letitia sucks. I can't stand her. All right. There you go. I put the link in the chat for you guys. And without further ado, I want to thank everybody for being here, for supporting me. I appreciate it. Oh, wait. There's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about really quickly. I still got a few minutes. Okay. So I was talking to my pal, Nay, and I really have been enjoying making the videos, and I found a better, easier, quicker way to do it. Quicker for me. It's still not going to take me 2 seconds to make a 2-minute video, because I'm always going to make sure, I just want it to be perfect. Anyway, there's a couple of cases, and that I want to talk about. One being Robert Durst. The other one being the I cannot for the life of me. It's always on the tip of my tongue and I never can remember her last name and I feel awful about it. It's, her name is Haley. It happened back in 2013 or 14 in Missouri. Remember, she was going to have a quote unquote play date with Gypsy Blanchard at the time. Only, she ended up being kidnapped. Okay. I wanted to cover that case. And then I wanted to start doing like a segment in Patreon weekly. And I was thinking about calling it like, I don't know, something ridiculous that's suitable for me. Maybe like the bruh files, where I just talk about like, it's just chit chat, but also something, like ridiculous or something that's either happened in true crime or TV or something like that. Just a chance for us all to get together at a set time every single week in Patreon. So you guys let me know in the comments after this is over what you think about that. And if you guys are interested and want to talk about Robert Durst, there's a couple of other cases that I want to talk about too. But let me just do one thing at a time because, and yes, Nay is right, because I do be overthinking to death. But anyway, I just, I wanted to run that by you guys really quickly. I want to thank you guys all for being here. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the chat. You guys' support means everything to me, and I'm super appreciative of it. I will see you in like 4 minutes over at Alex Erickson's, and we'll be doing more of June 2021 jail calls over there. All right. See you in a few. Bye. Oh, hey, before I end, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up. I need to get my Chubble's ass back in the algorithm. Okay. Bye.